questions from my video that I uploaded earlier that they said that this was a little bit overwhelming, and it can be, honestly. When I first started, I'm not gonna lie to you, I couldn't even write this first line right here, like view dot background color, and that was a simple line. That was just putting the background into your your view. So let me go ahead with what is view. Your view is basically the page that, let me get my simulator up here so I can teach you a little bit. One thing I learned about iPhone apps is they're all running on the same software. So even Instagram, Facebook, the most downloaded apps, Snapchat, there are literally clone apps of them because they are built in the same software. It's like cars. They give you the tools how to build a car. It needs a battery, it needs tires, and everybody builds it different, and it has a different price for everything, right? That's the same thing with apps. Apple gives us the tools. We pay for the prices, like membership for adding like usernames, password. Later I'll explain about that. But they give us the tools, the documentation, and everything. There's just a lack of talent. People don't want to do the initiative, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I barely just started in March, but this was a little bit rough at the beginning, and it would take me hours, and it made me mad finding the bug. But that's the good thing about learning. You practice, you learn from the errors, and that's how you pick it up. Okay, let's go back. Sorry, I got a little way offhand right there. So in your chat app, this is the view right here. This whole background, this is a view. The user is seeing this whole view. So when I put view.background color system pink means whenever people have it in dark mode or light mode. So it's gonna apply to that system. So if I was just to put pink, and then the user has dark mode, it's probably gonna look different. So I gotta make sure that you're writing for all users to work on the phone, because not a lot of people have white mode, not a lot of people have dark mode on. So you gotta make sure that you always use system colors. I didn't know that at the beginning. But anyways, when I was talking in the video about these things right here, is sometimes people write apps. You could write apps, and the way you write it, it could be like a lot of code, and you're using the same things repeatedly. So when I go to my sign up page, I'm gonna have another email and password here, right? Container. So instead of writing it in my registration, so each page that you go in an app has its own page on here. So I made my registration controller. It's a controller, and it's a view controller. And then more of these things, what are class and private, that's kind of goes back to the CS computer science stuff. Later I'm going to create a video of like sort of the basic structure of that. But you want to pay attention at this thing, what I'm saying. Whenever you're writing, like you see right here, I'm creating a button. And then over here in the login, I'm creating everything that is inside of my controller. And you can tell it's already a lot of code, right? Like, damn, that's a lot. But what the thing is, in my video, what I did is you create separate files that you're going to use a lot. Like my input container wheel, I'm always going to use it for an email or password, or maybe for messages, right? So I created my own. So that way, whenever I create my own pages, all I got to do is just call it here and call that image and stuff, instead of having it all in the code here. I know, you may be like, I'm still lost, bro. Don't worry. I'm going to try to fix that in the next videos, but I just wanted to explain to you what I did basically in that video is made it shorter by creating things that I'm going to be using later on in my app. So right here in my login, if I want an icon image, you can name it anything. I can name it, this is just for you, like the programmer, this part right here. So let's just say I can name it, hey, chat icon, but you gotta make sure that wherever else you used it, it's the same, because see, I'm already getting errors. Hey, you didn't call it over here. So when you call it to your add subview, whatever you create, you have to call it to the view. So in this Xcode and Swift, like how you build apps, you say view add the subview, and then the icon, whatever you name it. But see, it's already giving me errors because I changed it. So what you gotta be real careful when you're writing code and have patience. So I'm going to put it back to how it was, icon image. And then the equal sign means just that this image view is going to equal in UI image view. So this is just like an iPhone, like it's just saying like a user interface image. So a user interface is, your user, and this is your interface. So that's what it means, user interface image view. and then my variables in your container view. So that container is gonna be a container where I hold my other stuff. Let me reset. Let me start it again. And the cool thing about it is I'm doing it all programmatically. There is the easy way to do this. You can go to main storyboard, and you can actually add the buttons, everything that I'm doing. You can add it on there. Like, let's say label. You want to add the label, you can add the label right there. But the thing about this is you then have to connect this to the main screen that you're like to the main screen. So whatever button I click, so instead of writing let that icon something, I would just say, hey, link this over here to that page. See, you see how it is? It's too much, like doing too much. And if you want to really be a software engineer, you gotta know how to write the variables and stuff, because when you go to work or something, you're not gonna have this little easy and drag stuff, and you gotta then the measurements and everything, all this safe area layout guy. When people switch their phones, you gotta that right there. You gotta focus. But when you build it programmatically, over here, like how I build in extensions, I already have all those constraints ready. And yes, this is a lot of code, but don't worry. I'm going to try to later on in my content build a easy app, so that way you can learn a little bit what I'm doing here. But anyways, thank you for listening to this video and subscribing.